In this lesson, we will show you how to deal with several promises at the same time. We got 3 promises here. Promise 1 and 3 are fulfilled, and promise 2 is rejected. The 3 promises also take different amounts of time to settle. Currently, promise 2 is the fastest, and promise 1 the slowest. The simplest way to process the 3 promises together is to put them in an array and then iterate over that array. We first create an array and then store the 3 promises in it. Then we iterate over this array using either for of or for each. Inside the callback of for each, we define the then and catch method. Now let's test the program. The for each method will output the success value or failure reason of each promise object. The fastest promise will be output first, and the slowest one will be output in the very end. In our real-life development, we'll often deal with more complicated situations. An array is often not enough. For example, what if we need to find the fastest promise? The best solution is to use the race method. The race method comes from the promise constructor. It is owned by the promise constructor. The race method takes an iterable as its argument value. The best choice is an array. The race method will return the first settled promise. We can see we got the second promise. Now the race method will give us the success value or failure reason of the fastest promise. Sometimes we need to wait for all promises to settle first and then handle their success value and failure reason. In this case, the allSettled method is your best choice. The allSettled method also comes from the promise constructor. It still takes an iterator as argument value, and we still recommend you use an array. The allSettled method will return us a fulfilled promise. The promise value is an array. Each element is an object and represents one settled promise. When you are using the allSettled method, you only need to connect the then method to it. We can see now we only have one output, and it will only be output after all promises have been settled. Pay attention here. The success value is stored in the value property and failure reason in the reason property. So if you need to output all promise values, you need to use 2 property names. Now the results of all promises have been output. The output order is the same as the array element order. It is not decided by which promise is the fastest. Sometimes we need all promises to be fulfilled. If one promise is rejected, we shut down the entire program. In this case, your best option is the all method. When all promises are fulfilled, the all method behaves pretty much the same as allSettled. For example, let's resolve the second promise. Then we try the all method. We can see when all promises are fulfilled, the all method will return us a fulfilled promise. The promise value is an array. Each array element is the success value of each fulfilled promise. When we are iterating the array, we only need to output each element. The output order is also controlled by the array element order. Next, we reject the second promise. Now, the all method will return a rejected promise. We need to catch it using the catch method.